Hi guys, happy Friday. It's me, Emma, and I'm Kaija, and my name is Michaela. So today we're going to be talking about movies every Friday because we think if they're going to talk about football every Friday for a game, we can talk about movies. Yeah, so today's movie is about Madagascar. I don't feel like people talk about that as much because the last movie came out in 2013 when they ran away to the circus. So, again, if you have not seen it, spoilers ahead, we're going to talk about it and where we were at that time. Like we did with the Noggin and Nate Jr. perspective, we're going to do these every Friday. So, here we go with Madagascar. Okay, so the first one, it came out in 2005. Yeah, so either of us were not born yet. Either we were born still like a baby, but those two, they were not born yet. But it started with them being at the zoo and loving the zoo life, but Marty, the zebra, doesn't really like the zoo life and wants to go out in the wild and see the wild for the first time. And it's also his 10th birthday for him. And also, it's also Ken's 15th birthday, so happy birthday to her. Yeah, we're going to be doing something later. So, we ended up, so they ended up having a birthday party for him, and he says, I want to go to the wild. So he sneaks up on a train, and then the others follow him into the wild. And they enjoy it until Alex gets super hungry and tries to eat everybody. And they decide to desert him, but Marty is a really good friend to Alex and tries to rescue him. But that means he also tries to get eaten by the Fusas, but Alex saves him in time. And finally, he's not into steak. He's into fish now. So that was the first movie. Not that much going on. Yeah, indeed. It always seems like the first movie, they're trying to introduce you to the characters before they go on to their second movie. And how would I rate it? How would you guys rate it? Honestly, it's like a comfort movie you can go to. I'll rate it like a 5 out of 10 or 7 out of 10. Me, I would rate it a 5 out of 10. It's just not that good. And me, I would rate it a 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 is really good. So then, we go on to our second movie, which is Madagascar 2, Escape to Africa. It came out in 2008. We get introduced to more characters like Zuba, who is Alex's dad. And we hear before that he has a different name. Alex does. It's called Alake. And we meet his dad, who's trying to teach him how to be a leader of his pride, but Alex is too busy dancing. I forgot to mention this. He was a good dancer. Yeah. He loved to dance. And that's what he did as a baby. Then finally he notices the butterfly, which was next to the rope. He ends up chasing the rope and gets kidnapped by poachers, and which leads us to the first movie. We already see what happened. Now they're getting on a plane to go, hopefully back to New York, but a little thing happens where the plane caught on fire and they come crashing down. Yeah, they come crashing down. Alex says he experiences deja vu, like he's been there. In reality, he has been there when he was a kid, but he doesn't remember that. Finally, we get to see his mom and dad. His dad was a little bit harsh to him, wanting to fight him, but once he figures out that's his son, he's like all joyous and all happy. Then we get on to, there's 4 plots. So plot A with Alex and his mom and dad. B is Marty. C is Gloria and Motomoto, voiced by will.i.am. And the 4th one is done by Melman and thinking he's gonna die. So basically, they all have a falling out. The friendship has a falling out. They run out of water because Mukunga decides he wants to be alpha and they don't want to banish their son. So Mukunga becomes the leader of the pride. So they end up doing all that. He goes up, he gets kidnapped by the old lady in the first movie. And his dad saves him. The water's back, yada yada yada. What do you give it a rating? First, I love that movie. I would always go to where Alex was dancing with his dad. And it was really nice. Yeah. Alex dancing with his dad. And all the crowd getting to know who he is again. That's just perfect. But, again, things lies don't dance. Indeed. I would give it a 9 out of 10. It has good music, like, I am big, I am chunky. Yeah, that's a good one. We also had the good, bad, and ugly that was played during when Alex and the old lady are fighting. And we also have the part where we got to see them attempting to escape with the plane. And around that time they were playing Copacabana. At the cover, her name was Lola. She was a drag queen. No, she wasn't a drag queen. She was a showgirl. Yeah, but it's from Dance Mall, so I decided to do it. Oh, yeah. We'll do that skit later on. And then comes our final movie. Basically, they go to New York again, and then they join a circus. There's nothing really more to say besides Alex gets a love fling for a jaguar named Gia. Marty gets more friends. A crazy lady tries to kill Alex. You know, yada yada yada. So, the lady ends up in the zoo. They all get to join the circus. And it's all happily ever after. And that was the last one. They ended up making that in 2013. The only good thing I can remember from it was they added Katy Perry's Fireworks song that is very popular right now, and everybody likes it. Yeah. Where it goes. Boom, boom, boom. Even bigger than the moon, moon, moon. It's always been inside of you, you, you. Now it's time to let it through, ooh, ooh. And then go on with the last one. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. We're not going to get into the show about Madagascar a little wild and the penguins of Madagascar, because I have not seen, none of us have seen it really. Yeah, no. I mean, I did see the penguins of Madagascar, the show, but it was just not that good. They got rid of the main characters and made it just to be the penguins and doing weird stuff, and they added King Julian for some reason. That was probably around the time that they were with the circus, I believe. I don't know. But anyways, how would you rate the Madagascar series? 5 out of 10. It was boring. Besides the soundtrack that helps them out, it's boring. It is boring. We're going to do a better one next week of Ice Age. And then we're going to talk about, on October 3rd, we're going to talk about Frozen. So, that is it for now. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, all that. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye! Bye!